Hey, whippersnappers, it's Tortimer the Grey. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Minecraft Jurassic World Edition. We are back and we are bad. We are ready to go. We have got ourselves all fully armored, enchanted, and we are not going to go down to these stupid vanilla mobs anymore. I'm just sick of it. So, what we did is, I went back, made some different armor, just made some iron and diamond boots and pants. One of the things that this mod offers is some different armors that you can make from some of the bones and stuff you pick up, some of the different dinosaurs. I happen to have a vertebrae, I think it was like a, I don't know, it was I had a I think it was a plesiosaur vertebrae and a stegosaur ribcage, but if you have a ribcage and a vertebrae, you can make this ribcage, which I believe it's supposed to be pretty decent armor. It's like diamond level armor or something like that, I think. So that works. So we've got that. We've got projectile protection on that. We got protection 3 on our helmet, protection 4 on our leggings, which is good. Fire protection and feather falling on the boots. So just kind of throwing in chance on there. But I think it turned out pretty well. And we should, at that point now, be relatively ready to handle the dangers of this cave. Last time didn't go so well. We don't do I don't know. I never really felt the need to go get armor previously, so I hadn't. But yeah, we got a little bit wrecked. Maybe we hadn't felt the need to wear armor because Tortimer had accidentally been playing on peaceful quite a bit there for a while, and then April finally brought that to our attention. So we've been playing normal more recently, and it's been a little more difficult. So. We've got our armor now. We should be able to handle these stupid mobs, and that should allow us to finally just play the game as we want to be playing it by looking for fossils and mining and things like that. So we're going to spend a little more time in the mines today, and then we'll head back and we'll take a look at the mammoth baby we started cooking in the last episode, as well as do some other stuff potentially at the house. Maybe we'll probably go back and look at that boat too at some point. But let's. Ooh, is this the ravine again? It's like a ravine. This looks like it heads back up to the surface. Let's get things lit up. I also grabbed some more torches because I was like, you know what, going caving without an overabundance of torches, or at least an ability to make torches, is the stupidest thing I've ever done. So, right behind coming out here without any armor, at least. But yeah, so we've got some extra torches. I made some torches, as well as I brought some extra sticks in case we needed to make more on the fly, which I doubt we'll get through that many torches, but you never know, I guess. So, I'm going to try and light this place up pretty good so we don't have to do too much with mobs. I gotta figure out how to get back to that ravine where we died. Because there was some frost dry, or I don't know, the constantly frozen blocks. Okay, so this is just another entrance. Okay, well, that works. All right, ooh, more fossils. In fact, let's get rid of this this flow here. Do we have? There we go. There we are. Put that down. Couple of torches because the water was previously blocking some spawning area. There we go. Alright, now we can get at these. Alright, well, we need the cobble a little bit more again. Oop, that's what I wanted. There we go. I don't think we got anything from that. That's okay. Well, we might have. We might have gotten a couple. Alright. So let's head. We need to get deeper. As the Minecraft, I think that's the Nether achievement. We must go deeper. So we'll head down. Do we have any? Couple still. How many? We got one more. Okay. Ooh, all right. We probably could also, at least while we're waiting to find a skelly spawner, we could probably also start crafting some. What do we need? Flint sticks and feathers. So we probably set up a chicken farm and things like that. Gravel's always you know, more abundant than you would think you want it to be, so we shouldn't have any trouble getting some flint to just spend a little bit of time grinding on that probably, and we should be good to go. But we're gonna, yeah, we definitely need more arrows. So, oh gosh, well, that's disappointing. Let's go after these first. Make sure we didn't leave anything up here. Let's take a look a little bit. We're at Y32, so yeah, we still got a ways to go. But we did pass by some fossils here, so let's grab that stuff before we head down. Okay, still waiting on, we need to do more enchanting, but still waiting on getting the paleontology or archaeology enchants. Those are new enchants from the fossils and archaeology mod. Well, not new for the mod, but new to Minecraft because of the mod. Which, like, archaeology gives you a better chance for scarab gems, paleontology gives you a better chance for fossils, things like that. So we could probably use those in the future. We could definitely use more scarab gems, especially since it used to be, now they must have fixed it in a patch or something, but, or an update. Used to be that Allosauruses and stuff, as long as you were nearby, they would be tame when they were born. But they did fix that, so now the only way to tame those guys is with scarab gems. And if we're gonna have, you know, a handful of Allosaurus, a handful of T-Rex, they have added, I think it's a Ceratosaurus or something. It's another carnivore. It's smaller than the Allosaurus, I think. But I don't know if that requires a scarab gem as well. I would guess so, because that's how they treat their other bigger carnivores. Yeah, okay. Ooh, more fossils up here. I do like when I see like fossils in archaeology and JurassiCraft like right next to each other. That's pretty cool. The mods kind of co-mingling a bit. Zoop-a-doo. There we go. Don't think anything came out of that. Possibly a relic scrap there. Another fossil up this way too. Alright, let's just leave that there. Probably going to have more cobble, and we know what to do with by the end of this. Especially because that seems to be a pretty common drop from the fossils. Again, gathering iron just because our farms... We've got an iron farm at spawn, but it's just, you know, we could always use more iron. We may even... well, I've got a plan for some iron. Maybe even using iron blocks for one of the builds I've got coming up. So, iron's always good. How we doing? Don't need that. Let's check out this little nook. Good, that's all it is, a little nook. Get some iron here. Alright, so this looks like it jumps way down. Not this, where was it? Over here? Since we're trying to get down, I guess we might as well do that. Okay, so this creeper there. Possibly stuff here. Let's see, we're at Y12. Okay, so we're down at diamond level. That works. Ooh, the permafrost. That's what they're called, permafrosts. Perfect. Ooh, amber ore. Ooh, okay, cool. Okay, so there's that, and there's that. We've got a bone and a book. So even if you find those rare permafrost blocks, they don't even necessarily always give you the meats you need, the frozen meat for, that you need for the mammals. Water bucket, this little patch here. Ooh, volcanic rock. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Actually, we can put a torch down. Ooh, another permafrost. Let's get rid of this guy real quick. Okay. This volcanic rock stuff is fun too. We can make some cool black bricks with this. Alright, come on. Firm seeds? Not really what I'm looking for here, folks. Not really what I'm looking for. Oh no! Okay. Let's secure the area, I guess, real quick before we go into that. Alright. Oop, add that first stack. It's amazing what protection will do for. Ooh, lapis over there. Okay, so let's reset our lighting here. light up down over here. Alright. Quick just spam lighting. And we'll double back. Yes, dead end. Beautiful. Alright. So we'll gather on our way back to where we were. Some more fossils. There they are. Oh, these plant fossils, man. Ugh. Way too prevalent. Way too prevalent. For as uninteresting as they are. Beautiful. Back on out. I did get a Fortune 2 book at some point. I was doing a couple of books, just lower level books, trying to see what I could get on them. I did get Fortune 2, so I threw that on there. So I don't know if that's helping at all with anything, but I guess it'll probably help with the lapis. I don't know if it actually affects fossil drops or not. I feel like somebody's probably tested that at some point, but I don't remember. Oh gosh, armor is so nice. Come at me, bros. Don't even care. Isn't Smite supposed to kill zombies quicker? I feel like I have Smite on this and it's not doing anything for me. So we got Ambers here. Amber is something I have not gotten anything from before. Don't you come over here and steal my Amber. I kill you. I kill you, fool. I kill you. Gosh. Thank you. Yikes. Okay, so we looked to be full there. Let's get rid of this fern seed, I guess. I think we've got plenty of fern-related stuff back at the base camp. We're gonna skip that too. Alright, but we do need room for this lapis. This is half the reason we're out here. So let's do that. Oops, somebody's shooting at me. Do we have any arrows? Boom! Headshot. Alright. Get rid of the rotten flesh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright. Now we're cooking with gas. Alright, so okay, that's gonna go down quite a ways. Let's cobble out here. I guess I like having the fossils on the bar so I can keep track of, like, you know, this is how many I've gotten and things like that, but realistically I probably need some other things on the bar. Plant fossils are the next thing I'm dropping off. I really just don't want them. I'd rather leave them in the cave. It's not worth the overabundance of inventory space to... Ooh, another permafrost. Did I go back and get those other ones? Bone. Fern seeds. Okay. Now what we're looking for. Now what we're looking for. Get some fossils going. Get a little bit of this iron. Ooh, big old vein. Okay, so before we go down here, I do want to double back. I do feel like I left some permafrost sitting somewhere. Well, there's some here. That's not what I was thinking about, but... Lava, I'm assuming? Yeah. Whew! Cave systems are awesome. Okay. I think the ambers are JurassiCraft. This is the first time I've actually seen any. I think they're JurassiCraft, and I think they yield higher percentages or better quality DNA or something to that effect. There's something special about them. But I'm not sure. We've never actually rendered one out, so we'll have to see when we get back. Okay, we'll put that there for now. Alright, I feel like I walked... Okay, well these are fossils. They look like marble, but they are fossils. There we go. They recently, last week I guess, by the time this comes out, came out with JurassiCraft 2.0, which I'm sure you guys have seen by now. In talking with some of the other people, that I am in a community with, like Poet and April and some of those other people who are doing dinosaur-related series, or at least using these mods. I honestly, I don't think we're going to be updating, at least for a while. Now, they are still in pre-release, so there's still bugs, so obviously we won't be updating right away, wouldn't be updating right away anyway. But realistically, this is a 1.7 world. We have mods, and I need to look into it. I'm sure somebody is going to adapt Carpenter mods for 1.8, but worlds generally don't translate into 1.8 real well. Mods generally don't translate into 1.8 real well. Like, when we upgraded to Pixelmon 1.8, we had to restart the world because 1.8 version of the mod broke the world as it existed. All the ID blocks they changed. Like, just leave the dang ID blocks alone. Like, why is it necessary for you to constantly do that and ruin, you know, things between versions? But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's unlikely that we're going to be updating. I know Poet said that if it's 1.8 exclusive, he's not updating. And if Poet's not updating, then, you know, then I don't know. I don't feel pressure to, for sure. But I don't know. They added some new dinosaurs, but so much of it, like I was watching Calf's mod review of it. He had like a partnership with the JurassiCraft mod, where he had early access to it to do some of that stuff for them. So he was both promoting it, but then he was also kind of the first one out of the gate or something. I don't know. But he put out a mod review showcase of it. And, like, sure, there's some new dinosaurs in there. They added the Indominus Rex and stuff, but none of that really is, like, super exciting to me. And honestly, listening to him talk about it, it sounds like they made the mod so complicated that it's almost just, like, unnecessarily painful. Like, oh, now you've got to, before you can pull a fossil out, you got to plaster it, and you got to safely transport it, and all this. It's like, okay, I'm playing a video game here. I don't need this to be like real-life fossil hunters sort of thing. I don't know. I feel like this mod's a good complexity level where it is with like the comparator and the combiner and, you know, the different, you know, you only get certain percentages of DNAs. You got to combine them in order to get a real DNA. Like, I feel like it's already, you know, complicated enough for, you know, a playable game. I don't know. But either way, we're not updating. At the very least, until like Fossils and Archaeology and all the other mods that I'm using have updated themselves. I'm not going to let the one mod dictate everything else. I'm not going to go to a JurassiCraft series at the expense of everything else we're doing. Especially the Carpenter block mod, because I'm really enjoying, you know, I know I'm not utilizing them super amazingly, but even just, you know, vertical slabs has been something that I have wanted from like day one of Minecraft. Like if they never updated, like honestly, I'm looking at Minecraft 1.9 stuff and I'm not real impressed. Like the shield thing is cool, I guess. Some of the stuff they're adding, the combat stuff is interesting. All the stuff with the end and things, that weird like Doctor Who or Dr. Seuss looking like end village that they've got now. I don't know, that doesn't really do much for me. It looks kind of dumb, to be honest. And you know, the shield stuff is interesting. The poet effect, the potion effect arrows looks interesting. So some of it looks interesting, but I mean, I don't know. I could just assume not have changes in combat, because I'm not a big PvP person anyway. So it'll be interesting to play around with. It may make things, you know, like I've always wanted to have like a battle axe sort of thing, and it sounds like some of the changes they're making there will make that a little more interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Long story short, I'm sure you guys have seen that mod updated. We will not be updating, at least for the foreseeable future. Minimum when all my other mods that I'm using update. And I know you guys are oftentimes telling me, oh, use this mod or use this mod. Somebody, every once in a while, somebody, and I don't know if it's the same person, I honestly don't remember, but someone pretty frequently is like, oh, add the prehistoric mod or whatever, and they're like, there's like tons of dinosaurs and stuff, but we've got 2 dinosaur mods already. If it's just adding more dinosaurs, we have more dinosaurs than we know what to do with in these 2 mods as it is. and you know, adding another mod into the mix. Okay, so this one's going to update to 1.8, but this one's never going to be updated again. So then I have to like lose everything I'm doing if I update again. Like, I don't want to add more mods into the mix unless it really adds something. Like the Dragon Mounts mod. None of these mods offer flight anymore, so I needed something like that in order to keep going, or to do something that I really wanted to do. Just adding more, you know, creatures to it isn't really a huge selling point for me at this point, and that's kind of why the JurassiCraft one loses me, because it's gameplay-wise, they're just adding more creatures. They're actually making it more annoying to play the game with the different, you know, all the changes they're making to, you know, how you are able to get DNA out of the things. Like, it sounds like it's going to be kind of a huge pain, which is fine. It might be more realistic or whatever, although in reality, getting DNA out of dinosaur fossils is impossible because of the, you know, the half-life decay of DNA and things like that. It's just, it cannot and will not happen. Man, we are not good with this sword. Is crap. I need to make a new sword. Is the problem? Where did that just come from? Yikes. But yeah. So I just wanted to touch on base on that. Nobody's said anything in the comments, at least that I've seen so far. But I'm pre-recording this a little bit, so it's possible that there will be comments popping up. And I know we've talked about 1.8 related stuff in the past, and people have asked me about different mods and stuff too. So it's kind of a good way for me to address all of that, I guess. But yeah, fossils or arrows. But yeah, so not updating, and I don't think I'm alone in that. So I'm not too worried about it, I guess. But man, we're getting tons of fossils and stuff. Well, not really, I guess. How are we doing in fossils archaeology? Not bad. Let me dump off some of this stuff. I want to make sure we've got room for the actual important stuff. I'll hold on to that for now. I really need some lapis though. The blue dye is really the thing that's killing me, especially after we did the mammoth enclosure. I wasn't thinking. I was just like, oh, I've got some blue dye. Here's a little bit of blue clay left over. We still need tons of blue though for both the pyramid and the remaining tower, things like that. So lapis is almost the most important thing on my list right now. Like, I don't even care that we haven't found any diamonds, because I'm just here for the lapis. Obviously, we'll take all this other stuff while we're here, but lapis is my main selling point at this point. Okay. Get that covered up. Alright, there we go. But yeah, we're getting a pretty decent haul here. How are we doing? Is this our last setup? Yeah, so we'll need to make some more torches eventually. Ooh, buddy. Alright. But yeah, hopefully we'll get enough lapis and stuff. I think I may have lied when I said we'll be heading back to camp. I'll definitely head back. But next episode will definitely be at. Ooh, here we go. Permafrost is also what I want. Dang it! I don't think we've gotten a single frozen haunch this entire time. Let's do this. I'm sick of picking up some of this other stuff. Alright, that should protect us. Alright, here we go. Yeah, so next episode we'll definitely be back at the park. But at this point we still haven't really gotten everything I want. We don't even have a stack of that looks like lapis over there though. Let's just do that. Whoop. Okay. Beautiful. Alright. Awesome. We still haven't gotten everything we want. Like, we don't even have a full stack of fossils. Slimes. We don't have, you know, we don't have an overabundance of lapis. Like, we gotta actually, this is a resource gather. Oh yeah, hidden lapis, beautiful. It's a resource gathering mission, so I don't want to really leave until we've got the resources we need. And so I'll probably finish up, at least get to where I really want to be off camera. What that experience? Here's the lapis that drew us over here in the first place. Any more? Nope. So I'll probably make sure we've got what we need before I head back, but we'll be back at the park next time. We'll take a look at our baby mammoth, probably move it over to the enclosure there, and then we'll probably also what we'll probably do next episode, I would think, is going to be setting up the trike enclosure. We've got to lay out. You know, we've got Sarah's getting too big for that place where she's at now, and we've got the Carno already hatched. So we need to start setting up that side of the park because let me switch. Well, we'll leave this. Make this extra lapis because I hope to find more lapis. So we're hatching all the dinosaurs for that side of the park, but we really, besides the mammoth, which isn't really even on that side of the, I mean, it's in front like that, but over in that Savannah Plains area, to the side of the visitor center, the other side, I made the path over there, but we haven't done anything else with that. So that's probably what we're gonna spend all of next episode laying in those and moving Sarah over probably, as well as some other stuff. We'll check on the other mammoth, the new mammoth, and things like that. We'll check out what DNAs we get from all of this stuff and all that. But I think that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh gosh! Oh! Thank God for what, fire protection 3? Oh man, that was almost so bad. Almost ended the second episode by dying. That's hilarious. Okay, let my heart rate slow down a bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure those likes, comments, and subscriptions for me, guys. We will be back at the park next time doing some more dinosaur-y things, but we gotta get resources on occasion. So I appreciate you guys sticking it out with me. And I will see you guys back here next time at the Jurassic World. Alrighty, guys. I'm Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Whew! Have a good one.